Who's really cool? Greta Miller.
Aw, thanks.
How's her what? Her hair looks phenomenal today, by the way. She left. She's out. All right. She's stressed out. She's doing flash. Okay, all right. So thanks, Jacob. Okay, so Jacob, I went down the internet hole last night and I got pissed off because I'll tell you why. I tried to find more aerial photographs. Now these are great, but like there's a whole archive of like you can like Google this. And at one time I found this phenomenal site that had more aerial photos of our town. I could not find it again last night. And that drives me crazy when you've seen it on the internet at one point and then it's
brainwashed in this town.
What's that?
We were brainwashed.
Right.
So like they built this town, nobody was here before. And they stuck a bunch of humans there and they brainwashed it. So we just thought that this was normal life.
I like that conspiracy theory. So once again, here's my house. Here's the covered bridge. Okay, all of this is farmland. So like here's downtown, right? Okay, so follow this with me. We're downtown and we're going out of town. And look what you see here. There is all of this farmland. Like so, here's where Peabody is, right? Okay, you can't see where the high school potentially is, but all of this out here, like we're talking like Lance's, we're talking about the trailer court over there, all that. This is amazing to think about. Okay, and so this is where the boat launch is, because here we go. This is South Mill Street, right? So we're curving around and then we go up to Main Street, right? Okay, and then so this would be South Market Street, okay, and then we're going out of town. So all of that, was just farmland at one point. Okay, so this is a picture of the college, okay, and this is pretty amazing to look at as well. Look at all this stuff, right? This is amazing. Okay, what year was this again, Jacob?
They said 1930.
1930. Okay. Now, if this is the college, right? Okay, you can see the railroad track that used to come through here. Okay, you see that? That doesn't exist anymore. Okay, right? This is the college pic, right? This is the college pic, or is this the high school pic? This is college, right? Okay, 1930 says. Okay, so yeah, look at this. All of this farmland, right?
When was your house built?
My house was one of the first homes built in North Manchester. It was
Okay, what year is that?
1865. Okay, and so here we go. Now, so this is definitely the college. So this is not the college, right? Wait, is it?
Yeah, that's college.
Yeah. Is the what?
Elijah's house is right there.
Whose house?
Elijah's house.
Where's your house?
Wayne Street.
Here's Wayne Street, right?
The
No.
college avenue.
No, that's Oh, this is college. This is Wayne Street. No, this was Wayne
That
Street.
one's Wayne. Yeah. Keep going.
This is yours?
No, keep going.
This one?
Keep going. Keep going. Right there.
This one?
Nope.
This one?
Nope.
So this is Wayne Street.
No. Yeah,
Huh?
that's the main college
Is that
building
it?
right there.
Which is the main college building?
This
This is the admin building? No.
like that's the oldest building on the college.
Is this Schwamp? No. There's a baseball field. So what's this road? Why can't I picture this?
Street, isn't it?
East Street. You're right. So this is East Street. So this would be the admin building, right?
No.
No.
Admin is the one you were pointing at originally.
This one?
Right there.
Yeah.
Because that's the main, that was like the first residence.
Right. Okay, good. No Timbercrest though, right? Wait, Timbercrest would be, yeah, you couldn't see
This was back in
Timbercrest.
horse and buggy days.
So here's this would be the Eel River?
Yeah.
So here we go. This is then, where are we at now?
The college.
This is the college. So this is definitely the admin building.
Yeah.
Okay, that still looks exactly the same. Okay. And so this would be College Avenue, right? And this is East Street, right? So we're going out, so Timbercrest would be over here. Pretty crazy to think of. Okay, but this is my favorite though, because all of this farmland out here, okay? What I really tried to find was a picture of that bridge at the Eel River package store, right? Okay, that idea of like where people were coming into town. Okay, but this was originally, this is how you were supposed to come into town. Okay, there's the Eel, okay, before they built this. So that at 1930, I don't think that highway existed where it's 114 Main Street, right? Pretty cool. All right. So when we look at rural land from 1910 to 2010 in this map, okay, pretty stagnant, right? The urban land has increased, okay? The idea here is that we wanted to move out of the cities, okay? And maybe that was because of crime. Maybe that was the trend in the 1950s where they started building these additions with the cul-de-sacs and things like that. Okay, but what happened? What was maybe the number? And this is a good APES question. This is also a good human geo question. What was the big thing that changed, okay, that helped people move from the rural to the urban?
Your mom,
Not my mom, but she had maybe something to do with it.
she probably did. Quite the lady.
Think about this hard. What really had to happen to have this urban go like cars? Okay, cars, and then what do we add with the cars?
Yeah, electricity.
What's that?
What?
Not electricity.
Backseat. No.
Cars are important, but if we don't have this, then it's not going to work out very well.
Seatbelts.
Nice guess. We didn't always have seatbelts, by the way.
Wheels.
Wheels now.
Roads.
Roads. Mhm. Where we're going, we don't need roads. Back to the Future, folks, right? Okay, but roads, right? I mean, think about the amount of roads that have been built. Okay, from like just look at these pictures, right? Okay, there were no roads. Like this is all country stuff, right? I mean, there was some this picture right here. All of this is farmland, man, right? Now there's a road that goes all the way out here, right? There are roads that come down this way, right? Okay, it's amazing. We built the roads, right, to get people to the urban area. Okay, so what's a couple consequences of roads and cars? Okay,
Crash.
Okay, yeah, crashes. Okay, so deaths.
The fumes and stuff going.
Okay, right. Yeah, we're increasing carbon. Okay, we're increasing NOx and SOx. We'll talk about NOx and SOx later. Nitrous oxides and sulfur dioxides. By the way, yesterday, I don't know if you saw that there was well, I gotta show you this too. I screenshotted this morning. General Motors said by 2035, they're no longer going to be producing gas-powered cars. GM, electric only by 2035. I can't freaking believe it, and I refuse to believe it. I don't think it's really going to happen, but that's what they say. We'll see.
I would be okay with that because I always forget to put gas.
This was also, I don't know if you guys saw this on the meme world. Okay, but this was a Twitter thing. I should add this to my little lecture here. But this was yesterday. Did you see this? So Elon Musk said, "I'm donating $1 million towards a prize for the best carbon capture technology. Congrats to whoever invents forests." Right? But it's true. Okay, we cut down forests to build roads. Right? We had to do an environmental impact statement to do the Highway 69 so we could cut off freaking 45 minutes of our drive to Evansville because nobody wants to drive on those country roads. Think about this. Kokomo, right? You with me on Kokomo? Kokomo, okay, you used to get to Indianapolis, you had to drive through downtown Kokomo. So they built a bypass, okay? Then the bypass got so crazy, they built a bypass of the bypass. Do you guys realize this? Okay, that bypass, it did piss me off. I mean, you get to like a stoplight it would take like forever to get through Kokomo. Like some people, in fact, started going back through downtown to avoid the bypass because it got so ridiculous, right? Why? Because industry and all these things started to like expand out, right? How did we get the bypass? Okay, we had to cut down forests. Okay, how do we get those things, right? Why do we do that? Because that's what people wanted. Okay, so yeah, we got increased carbon dioxide, we had increased nitrous oxides, but there's also something else that happened to our own bodies. What did cars and roads do to your hair? Looks fantastic, by the way. I forgot to say that earlier. Your hair looks fantastic. Yeah, yeah. Okay. What happened to our bodies?
Obesity.
Yeah, we got fat, right? Okay, why do we get fat?
Walking places.
Yeah, we don't walk anymore, right? Okay, we drive. Okay, when you get to, okay, so like, did you guys know, and I wish I had pictures of this, you guys know where sheer obsession is?
Yeah.
Did you know that was a Kroger? That was a Kroger, literally the brand Kroger, not like a fake Kroger, Kroger. Okay. Okay. We had a grocery store downtown. Okay? That's insane to me, right? We had a shoe store. We had a clothing store. We had everything you need. Okay. Downtown. Okay. Right. All of it. Okay. Why do I want to do that anymore? Because now we have a freaking Amazon truck that comes to North. You know, we have an Amazon truck. Do you guys know about this? Did I say this already? Okay, used to be if you order from Amazon, okay, you only had to be like, so Amazon has their own shipping department. Okay, right? So it goes to the hub, and then, you know, like if you live in New York City, you will literally see an Amazon truck, right? It's blue, it says Amazon on the side. They don't go through UPS, they go through not USPS, they still do that, right? But now North Manchester, this happened like last week, 2 weeks ago. Okay, I ordered something, I was like, what is this tracking number? It's like TMA or something. It's like too much anus. I don't know what that meant. Okay. Too much Amazon. Okay. And then all of a sudden, like the dude showed up and I was like, oh my God, we have an Amazon truck. Okay. We don't have to do that. You know, like we don't have to go downtown. Right. Okay. My brother lives in Brooklyn in New York City. Okay. Guess how many fat people you see in New York City? Okay. Yeah. Like one. Okay. And guess where that fat person's from? Indiana, because they're visiting New York City, right? Okay, yeah, it's a little bit of a joke. Okay, but why are people? They walk everywhere, right? Okay, my brother and his kids walk to school. They walk to the subway. Okay, the public transportation is phenomenal. My brother just finally got a car after living in New York City for 15 years. The only reason he got a car is because his kids and his wife wanted one because of COVID. And also someone died in their apartment complex and a parking spot opened up. Okay, guess what? They pay like, their rent is something like $2,000 a month, plus they have to pay $250 a month for the parking. Can you imagine that? 2 bedroom. It's tiny, but he loves it. Has a balcony, it's pretty cool. All right. We call this urban sprawl, right? Get that in there. You 100% will see this word sprawl on the AP test. Okay, so file that away. Okay, automobiles are the big one. Living costs. Okay, people get more land and a larger house in the suburbs. Okay, farmland's expensive, right? Okay, you know, like when people like say like, oh, I want to build, you know, a house in the country, like. Can you imagine, like, I think about this all the time, like, you know, we can laugh at that, but like, can you imagine taking AP environmental science in like San Diego or somewhere else? Like, you know, like they got the ocean, which is really cool. We don't have like tide pools and that kind of stuff, but like talking about farming and like those things is like a weird concept for those people, right? They're like, why is land so expensive in, you know, on a farm, right? Like it's unbelievable. Right. Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
So the field around our house just sold in like September. It's like less, it's about just under 200 acres. Went for like
7,500.
okay, well anyways, it was like
175,000.
No, like 1,000,000.
Oh,
75,000.
man. I don't know. Like, and here's the other thing. Okay. And like, not to rip on our industries in this town, but like, when you say you want to live out in the country and get away from things, that doesn't exist in it, right? Because I had some friends that like they moved from Chicago because they wanted to live in a rural area. So they moved from Chicago to Packard and Rome. They lived in, you know, that big green barn, and there's like it's like kind of a blue house. It's got white pillars. It's on the left hand side if you go north on Packerton, and there's a pond next to it. There used to be a big pig on the barn. Those are our friends Elliot and Janet. And Elliot's actually sister is a famous actress. You would know her. I can't think of her name right now. Anyway, they moved here, okay? But they moved out of the house because a giant confined animal feeding operation went behind it. They tried to fight it, couldn't fight it anymore, right? Think about the people who lived in the country in southern Indiana, okay, to get away from the noise and the traffic. And now Highway 69 goes right. If you've been on Highway 69 to Evansville, there's some houses that would have been in the middle of nowhere. And now you've got a major highway going right through. And you can't stop it, by the way. Okay, eminent domain, you can't stop that, right? I'm not trying to sound all depressing, but like, they're gonna get it. You know, Hannah and I have talked about like, do we want to stay in our house forever? I kind of like it because like we're kind of out in the country a little bit, you know, but we're kind of in the city and we feel safe. There's not going to be like a giant CAFO right behind the house. I don't know.
It's so annoying too because people put them in like the very edge of their properties.
Oh yeah.
And so we have a property that we could have built on, but now we like can't because the value would be just absolutely shit because
Oh, yeah.
they built a pig barn. The people next to it built a pig barn on the back of their property.
Right.
It's like
Right. Oh, I know. Huh? You might like pigs, right? Right? Yeah. I'm not ripping on it, man. I'm just saying like some people want to get out in the middle of nowhere and like boom, like that's not a reality for some people anymore. But for you, you're like, yeah, make money, right? Yeah, it's good for you, right? Yeah.
Can people do that even if you own it, like just like the mining thing where they?
Oh yeah, they can literally like, so those people own that land now. They get paid for that land, but the government can take it. They can build that road. Yo.
Simple solution to get away from people, go to Mars.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go.
I mean, until I've
Why would
wasted
you
money
go to
to Mars.
All right, let's talk about this cycle here. Okay, so remember positive feedback, negative feedback. Okay, so this is like one of those positive feedback things. Okay, so here's what happens. Population shifts to suburbs. Okay, tax revenue declines. Okay, services are cut. There's fewer customers, so businesses leave. The neighborhood declines. Okay, and that cycle just continues and continues and continues, right? Until like sometimes like there's some positive things. Like we'll talk about Detroit later. Detroit was this bustling community. Then in 2008, right, we had that huge crash. Like the automobile industry had to get bailed out. Do you guys remember this big bailout? Right? And everybody left Detroit. Okay, and like there was literally not a single grocery store. Okay, a single grocery store. Now there were convenience stores. Okay, but not a single grocery store in the downtown epicenter of Detroit. Everybody moved out. Okay, so those people's lives were affected. Their health was affected. So there's this new surge. Like you can get land super cheap in Detroit. So these people, these young kids, are moving in to these shitty houses and like renovating them, but then taking the land and converting the land that would be turf grass, lawn, into like community supported agriculture land. So they're farming the land that they would have mowed. And we're talking like you could have bought a house and land for $500 in Detroit. Nobody wanted that stuff, right? I mean, there's a huge homeless population, you know, or problem in the United States, but we have enough homes. It's like our food. We have enough food to feed people. We have enough homes to house people, right? But how do we get people into those areas, and how do we continue to improve it? So now in Detroit, what we're seeing, and this is well documented, are people starting to grow their food, starting community gardens, starting this area, and now people are starting to get kind of excited about that sort of stuff. We'll talk about that in the next chapter. What's that, dude?
Buy like 16 acres.
You could, man. You guys see this whole GameStop thing? Man?
Yeah.
And Schlick talked about it. Every single day I'm like, hey, Schlick talked about this. You got to ask him about this. You got to ask him about his opinion. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys know Barstool Sports. Does anybody know Barstool Sports? So Dave Portnoy was on Fox News, by the way, talking about how all of these hedge funds should go to jail. Okay, so it was all a Reddit thing, and they drove up the stocks on this app called Robinhood, ironically. Okay, and then so GameStop stocks went up, AMC stocks went up, like we're talking like 400% higher than they've ever been, right? They're still 200% higher than they've ever been. But then the hedge fund said you can't buy these stocks anymore. You can only sell the stocks.
Why?
Because only the elite will make money.
Oh yeah, so only the elite, only these big boys are making the money off of it now, and people are losing their minds. Jay Portnoy, who's been the Barstool Sports guy, who he said he's been heavily trading. He said he was completely shocked, and these people need to go to jail, right? I don't fully understand it. Ash slid about it today. Who's an econ? Have you had it yet?
I had government this morning.
Ask him about it today. I want to know what he says. Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he doesn't want to get into it. And then followed up with, hey, what do you think about breastfeeding? Yeah.
I sent you a website.
Okay, cool. About that?
No.
Okay, cool. On the text? Should I look at it now?
Go for it.
Yeah. All right, look at this. Here's the urban sprawl. Okay, so everybody get this concept right here? Okay, let's go with this one. Okay, suburbs are expanding. Okay, right? So what happens? Okay, you get traffic. Okay, what happens with traffic? You get longer commute. Okay, what happens with longer commute? You need more gas. Okay, so you get increased tax revenues, so you build more roads so people can move out more, and that cycle continues. All right? So that idea of urban sprawl, okay, you got people want to move out of Indianapolis, okay, too much crime in Indianapolis, people get shot, killed, the schools suck. So let's move to Noblesville, okay? Let's move to Carmel, let's move to Fishers, okay? Then more people move to Fishers, oh crap, we got to build more homes, we got to build more roads, we got to expand out more, right? That's how it continues to be a positive feedback. Okay, so now more suburbs are expanding. Okay, I personally like living in our small town because I get mad when I have to go across the railroad tracks. Like if Hannah's like, "Can you go to the grocery store?" I'm like, "Can I get it at CVS?" I have to drive all the way to the grocery. Like I have to cross the railroad tracks. You know, it's too far, right? Too far. I can't handle it. I remember the first time I drove 114. I moved here in 1994. I didn't know anybody. I was bored. I drove to 114. I thought I was never going to get to Fort Wayne. Okay, never. Right? I was like, when I'm ever going to get there. I went to the movie theater that's now used to be called Coventry 13. I saw 3 movies because I was so bored. One was Dumb and Dumber. The other was Natural Born Killers. And the other was some movie that with Matthew Broderick, and he was like in the army. I can't remember the name. Okay. Right. That's up. I was like, how am I ever going to get home? Now I'm like, oh, I'm at 24. I think I just spaced out that entire drive. Right. Okay. Not a lot of traffic on there. Okay. But once you get to Fort Wayne, a little bit of traffic. Okay. If you ever driven in Chicago, crazy. if you've ever gone to California and tried to drive from look at this, man. Let's just do this. I want to see this real quick. We're going. Thanks for sticking with me. I know this is not. Maybe you're like, shut up. Okay, but I find this like crazy. Okay, let's go to San Diego, which I love the city of San Diego. It's awesome. Why can't I type San Diego, California? Okay, so here's San Diego. Let's do driving directions to. Let's go to LA, Los Angeles. Los Angeles. Why can't Angeles? That's not right. Oh, it's an E. Okay, here we go. So it's right now, it's an hour and 55 minutes.
For like
Or
20
sorry,
miles.
120 miles. Okay, an hour and 50 minutes, not too bad. Okay, why is it not too bad? There's no traffic, right? Because what time is it in California? 6:30. Not a lot of, maybe some people going to work. Okay, I'm going to screenshot this, and if I remember, I'll try to look and see what it's like in a couple hours. Okay, one time I was there, it took me 3 hours to drive from LA to San Diego. It was insane. Traffic, like, and here's the other thing about California that's nutty. Okay, so you got like a 5-lane highway. Okay, the motorcycles are allowed to drive in between the cars.
What?
It is the scariest thing ever. Okay, so I'm in a car in a lane. Imagine being on Highway 69 with bumper to bumper stopped traffic. Okay, you got a car right next to you. You with me? I'm in the left lane. The right lane's right there. This car. In between us, in that space, motorcycles are allowed to drive in between. It is the freakiest thing ever. Yeah.
Wait, if you go to another people on like the bike, if you go to another country, one of them would get in your car and wait in traffic while he would like get on the bike and go through traffic.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Maybe like an Uber type of thing for your bike.
Ah, did they do it?
I think they showed like an example of them doing it. I think it was like as a joke, but
I like that idea, but then you'd have to trust somebody with your car and insurance and. All right. So real quickly, just about zoning. Like some things are zoned commercial, some are zoned. I don't see very much. I just threw that up there because it's in there. Okay. I feel like we keep talking and talking about this chapter. We're never going to get it over. I want to talk about smart growth on Monday, and then we can get to chapter 12. I'm going to stop right there. Okay. Because I don't want to get into smart growth, but I will tell you that, like, I would like for you to think about this on the weekend so we can maybe have a good discussion. How are we going to keep North Manchester from dying? Think it's just going to die?
Yep.
Is there anything we could do to save this town? What's that? Walmart, bring a Walmart in? There is? Where are you? Where do you live? Oh yeah. You're in Greenwich. You're in the rich folks, right? Whose house do you live in? Do you live in Kelly Coons' old house? Who? Budnick's? So, but on that same side? Okay. Got ya. How long have you lived in that house? Your whole life, really? Yeah. Cool. What's it like having a brother that's in second grade?